What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, they're going to be talking about what will it do to Kevin Durant's legacy if the Golden State Warriors win without him. So let's see what they have to say about that.
If the Warriors win without Durant, how is it going to affect his image?
Well, listen, I don't think it's going to have, I'm not going to say it's not going to have any effect on his image because you got people out there that's going to question him and what have you. I'm going to say it shouldn't because we know how great he is. The reality of the situation is very, very clear. The Golden State Warriors got snipers, they've got sharpshooters, they've got all of this stuff. There's no question about it. And them winning without Kevin Durant, you're going to look at people and you're going to see people using that as an excuse to chide Kevin Durant. But I am of the mindset that it should have no effect on him because Kevin Durant, to me, is arguably the greatest player in the world, and nothing that the Warriors do take away from that. A matter of fact, I think it's a testament to his greatness that a team so great, so phenomenal, with a guy, by the way, that should be on one of the all-NBA teams, and Klay Thompson got clearly jobbed as far as I'm concerned, along with the greatest shooter that we have ever seen in Steph Curry. I think it's a testament to Kevin Durant's greatness that you see a team that had to modify itself to some degree just to make room for him. Why? Because there are exceptions to every rule. And you know where those exceptions apply? To the exceptional, which is Kevin Durant. That's how I look at it. Look.
So to tell you the truth, I don't think it's really going to matter in 20 years. Nobody's going to be thinking about, oh, Kevin Durant has switched teams and did this and he did that. All they're going to know about is he's got multiple rings. And what it boils down to, that's all anybody's really going to care about is that you have jewelry. That's why a lot of these players towards the end of the career, they scramble to get on a championship team and get a ring because they know in 20 years, nobody's really going to care about how it happened. But as long as you have that jewelry, you'll be a part of that special class of player that has a ring. I mean, just look at Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and all these other guys that have zero jewelry. That's got to eat away at them, has to eat away at them. And it's always going to be thrown in their face that you never got a ring and you consider yourself to be one of the best. So in 20 years, no one's going to care about Kevin Durant, how he got his rings. And it's not like Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors and he was just another player. He kind of disappeared in the mix. No, he went, helped them get their championship again, back to back, and he won Finals MVP. He won Finals MVP. So he's putting in work with a championship team. It's not like he came and he just blended in and kind of disappeared and they won. No, Kevin Durant was a major part of that. So as far as the whole downing him because he joined a team, he made them even better. Like I said, it'd be a different story if he went there and he disappeared and mixed in with everybody. But he won Finals MVP back to back. And he's starting to look more and more smarter for leaving OKC because look at Russell Westbrook. He hasn't been able to get out of the first round in the past 3 years, especially since Kevin Durant left. So Kevin Durant was smart in leaving OKC. I mean, look you can imagine how Paul George feels right now. He's like, man, I now see why Kevin Durant left. So let's keep going.
If they win without KD, it's going to make both the Warriors and KD, Warriors without KD and KD, look exactly the same as we already know they are. There's no new information here. So what do I mean by that? We know that the Warriors might win a championship any given year without KD. They won one, they lost one before he got there. And the one they lost was in the 7th game, and it took an all-time performance by LeBron James and an all-time collapse by them in order for the Cavs to beat them. So they might win or they might lose, and they're probably going to be in the finals without KD. And we also know with KD, they can't lose. We know that already. Just because they can't lose with KD doesn't mean that they can't win without him. So we're not going to learn anything new. Like if anyone wants to say, they're better without KD, stop. There's no team that has ever been constructed that wouldn't be better with KD. He doesn't even need the ball to be great. He can defend, let alone switch on 5 positions. He can score from anywhere. He can pass. He always looking to make the right play. He plays hard. He's 7 feet tall. He's athletic. Now, this is what's been happening with KD.
So let me stop Max right there. So, everybody knows that they could win with Kevin Durant, but when Kevin Durant went down, I can't tell you how many people started dumping on the Golden State Warriors and dumping on Steph Curry and saying there's no way they're going to get past Houston. Stephen A. Smith, you were saying that a couple weeks ago. There's no way to get past by Houston, especially when Kevin Durant went down. And you were saying the same thing, Max. You were dumping on the Golden State Warriors. You had everybody, all other players being the best player in the world and the best player in the NBA right now, other than Steph Curry. So don't sit there and act like, well, we knew this whole time that, the Golden State Warriors, they could win without Kevin Durant. When last week, the week before, you were all about, there's no way Golden State Warriors, they're going to get past the Houston Rockets. It was so bad that not only did the Golden State Warriors beat the Houston Rockets and they were waiting to get into the next round, you guys were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis being able to beat the Golden State Warriors when they get to the finals. And they didn't even make it to the finals. They got swept. I didn't get swept. They got beat up by the Toronto Raptors, and they beat them 4 games in a row. So the Milwaukee Bucks didn't even make it. But you're still trashing the Golden State Warriors no matter what. It's only now you want to say, oh, well, we knew they guys can win this whole time, and they're always winners, and they have all these shooters. Now you want to say that after they proved you guys wrong again and again and again? Now, all of a sudden, Golden State Warriors are all that without Kevin Durant? You guys got to stay consistent. You guys got to start paying some more respect to the Golden State Warriors. I mean, how many times do you have to get kicked down by the Golden State Warriors before you realize these guys are some ballers, with or without Kevin Durant? And again, you guys better watch out for Klay Thompson, because Klay he's on a mission. I would not be surprised if he got Finals MVP. So let's keep going.
On the floor, since you can't leave Steph, you can't leave Klay, because Draymond and Iguodala are big-time, money-time producers. So what's happening is other teams are saying, okay, we dare KD to beat us playing iso ball one-on-one. Yeah, but he'll do that. If that's what you're asking KD to do, he will do that every time. If you're saying, KD, can you beat our guy, one-on-one if you just iso? Well, yes, he can, and he will. And so other players don't look as good or as productive when they're doing that. But you still can't beat that. So, yes, other players will look better without him at times, but obviously the Warriors, like any team ever, even a hypothetical one, would be better with KD.
I love your animation. I love how you give all these different stats and everything, Max, and you're so animated and everything. But it's simple. Kevin Durant is going to be 3-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, League MVP, and he's the second best player in the NBA.
Behind Kawhi Leonard.
Behind LeBron James. But we'll talk about that later.
So, Mr. Jones, why do you think that LeBron James is better than Kevin Durant? I'd like to know why. Is it because of his stats? Because that's not necessarily a good indicator of that LeBron being better than Kevin Durant. So I'd like to know why you think that LeBron James is better than Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant has been to the finals back-to-back years. He's won Finals MVP back-to-back off of LeBron James. And LeBron James didn't even make the playoffs this year. But you still want to say LeBron James is better than Kevin Durant? Because Kevin Durant took the torch over 2 years ago when he started smashing LeBron James in the finals. Yeah, I know he's at Golden State, he's with the Warriors and all that. But like I said, it's not like Kevin Durant showed up in Golden State and he just blended in with the mix. No, he was a front runner with the Golden State Warriors, which is why he got Finals back-to-back MVP while beating LeBron James. And he's there back again. Well, guess what? LeBron James is at home chilling. So why do you think that LeBron James is better than Kevin Durant? You have no reason to believe that, though. So let's keep going.
It doesn't change. His image doesn't change. It's still the same. I mean, they win. He's still, hey, I got a 3rd championship. That's about it.
And he contributed to it.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, can I take a moment? I want to, as an aside, guys, this has nothing to do with the subject at hand. Max Kellerman, in October, I had the pleasure of meeting a 16-year-old kid out in California. His name was Jackson Miller. He was introduced to me by Eric Braeden, the star of Young and the Restless that plays Victor Newman on Young and the Restless. All right?
Okay, so while Stephen A. Smith is talking about soap operas throughout the day, so as far as Kevin Durant and him being people talking about, oh, you had to join another team, what is killing that? And I think, like I said, in 20 years, nobody's going to care about Kevin Durant switching teams. All they're going to care about is his rings. And what's furthermore that might make it a little bit more smoother transition earlier is Russell Westbrook. Like I said, Kevin Durant is looking more and more smarter for leaving OKC and not dealing with Russell Westbrook because he couldn't win and coming over going to the Golden State Warriors. Because look at what Westbrook has done since he's left. And how many players did Russell Westbrook have to be able to get the championship and to be competitive? What do you have? Paul George, was Carmelo with him? Harden was there at one point. I mean, all these guys there, and he can't do it. And especially, like I said, since Kevin Durant's been gone, he hasn't been able to get out of the first round in 3 years. How many people say he had a chance to make it? So more and more as the years progress, and Westbrook makes it more and more apparent that Kevin Durant was smart in what he did, everything's going to point to no one's going to care about Kevin Durant leaving. That's the only argument people have a ding against Kevin Durant is he left and went to a better team. So I don't know. He's just going to keep winning. And like I said, in 20 years, nobody's going to care. All they're going to know about is his jewelry. That's all he's going to care about. So let's keep going.
Was introduced to me by Eric Braden, my man. And this kid, Jackson Miller, in October, Max, said to me, the Toronto Raptors are going to be in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, Stephen A. Book it. And I denied it. But I got to give the kid props.
Before the season started.
He knew what the hell who it was. He knew what the hell he said. He knew that.
So that's all beautiful and all that, about some kid you randomly talked to and he called the finals. How many people throughout the year did you talk to that said whoever's going to play in the finals made it? So I'm sure each player or each fan from each team probably said it's going to be our team versus the Golden State Warriors. Okay, so one of those guys is going to hit. I'm sure all of Toronto, all Canada said, hey, you know what? The Toronto Raptors, we're going to go all the way this year. We're going to go to the finals, and we're going to play Golden State Warriors, and we're going to beat them. Well, it just so happened. It just happened. It worked that way. So it's not like this kid is some type of psychic and, this kid's so special. He called it. He called the Toronto Raptors. I mean, how many people do you probably bump into, Stephen A. Smith, for each different fan base say that my team is going to be they're going to get to the finals, and they're going to beat the Golden State Warriors. So your little psychic story about that kid, it's not impressive. But let's keep going.
Hell he was talking about.
Before the season started, there was a handsome gentleman I remember on TV predicting the Raptors.
Yeah, it was you, Max, and then you jumped off the wagon five different times.
Yeah, Max, you jumped off the wagon about a week or two ago when Milwaukee beat the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 1. Oh, that's it. Milwaukee's taking it. Giannis, they're going to tear it. Giannis is going to the finals. They're going to play against Golden State Warriors, and Giannis is going to beat the Golden State Warriors, yada, yada, yada. And Kawhi's sitting like, hold up, we're not dead yet. And then what happened? The Toronto Raptors beat them in straight 4 games. So don't talk about all this, all the teams that you called and the teams you called to make it. So let's keep going.
Off the wagon once, and I got on the Fox.
Stephen A.
Different times.
Hey, man, you never know. It was week to week with him.
That's right. I go based on the best evidence.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right. Evidence changed. Greek Freak's the best in the world, then he wasn't. Then he is. Then he's top 3. And then he's not anymore, but he might be the best in the world come Monday. That was your word.
Like the economist Keynes said, when the facts change, so does my opinion. What do you do?